How you doing, YouTube, and anyone else who is, stealing YouTube videos and watching them on other sites? How you doing, too? We got ourselves another beer review here tonight. This is one sent to me by the Albino Rhino. Big thanks to him. This is one that the Honey Monster was not too pleased with, not necessarily because of the quality of the beer, but just because of the fact that they are co-opting a sort of culture. They're sort of cashing in on the, oh, you like pot and hemp? Well, here, we'll put a fucking pot leaf on our beer, and that will make you buy it, because you're a hipster douche. Buzz, Millennium Buzz, hemp beer. 5% alcohol by volume. Is from Cool Beer. And then apparently they do all kinds of substandard shitty beers that the Rhino crew do not like. So I trust their opinion on that. So this is cold filtered, all natural. That's fucking great. So apparently it's got hemp in it. And Cool Beer is from Ontario. Yeah. I mean, this doesn't even look like a macro beer, really. I mean, other than the fucking pot leaf on the fucking thing, it looks like a beer label from any big fucking did I say it doesn't look like a macro, or did I say it doesn't look like a micro? Can't remember. But it looks like a fucking Molson released a fucking hemp beer. That's what it looks like. Alright, we'll get my beer opener here. I mean, there's no ingredients list or any shit like that. I mean, for all I know, there could be no hemp in this fucking thing. I mean, they say it's a hemp beer, but, you know, who knows? I think the last time I had a hemp beer was one that Propeller, back in the old days, used to contract brew for a local hemp shop in Halifax, which was called Sharp Angus hemp beer, which I really liked, and it had, to this day, still the best label I've ever seen on a beer, but that's beside the point. Alright, so a little bit of a white, well, cream colored head. It's definitely a deep amber, sort of bordering red kind of color there. So we'll go right to the, and I assume this is a lager or what? I don't know. It doesn't, does it say ale or does it just say hemp beer? Yeah, beer. So I'm assuming this is a lager of some sort. Well, I'll write down the description what it actually is once I find out. So we'll go to the aroma. You know, it smells like a macro lager, really, with slight maltiness to it. Like they added like some extra caramel to it, or maybe molasses or something. Like what Budweiser would smell like with a bit extra malt character. And I mean, and I'm really digging deep here for, there's really nothing. It's very, very bland. I mean, I remember the Sharp Angus hemp beer I had from Propeller, like I mentioned. That one, the hemp actually came out, and hemp generally gives a nutty flavor and aroma to a beer, and that one, it had that slight nuttiness in the smell, and it had even more of a dry nuttiness sort of taste in the actual flavor, right? This, so far, I'm not getting any of that in the smell. It just smells like macro lager with a bit of maybe like caramel malt in it. So we'll go to taste now. Well, it does have a quality where the flavor coats the entire mouth. The mouthfeel is a little bit above watery, I'll give it that. There is a maltiness to it, but it doesn't have that nutty dryness that I associate with the hemp that I had in that excellent hemp beer from Propeller. This, it tastes like a maltier Budweiser, like to the point where the malt would actually impart some actual flavor, and you know, flavor and a little bit of extra mouthfeel. I don't know, man. It's inoffensive, but it is just so bland. Like, even the like slightly caramelly molasses taste that come from the malt is just so barren of character. It's just so bland. I don't see why any hipster douchebag would want to drink this, man. I mean, yeah, it's got a pot leaf on it. Woo-wee. I mean, that doesn't do anything for you. I mean, the fucking hemp beer from Propeller didn't have a pot leaf on it. It had a fucking picture of some grizzled old fucking sea captain. And that was fucking awesome, and that was a pretty good beer, and that would be a beer I would buy all the time. This, I wouldn't buy it. Even if I was a hipster douchebag, I wouldn't buy it. I mean, I can't say avoid it. I can't give it a less than a passing score, because there's nothing offensive about it really, except for the labeling, maybe. But 2.5 out of 5. Like, it's just devoid of malt character, really, just the slightest bit above Budweiser, basically, and no finish really at all. Like, it just kind of drops off, and it's perfectly drinkable, perfectly sessionable, perfectly okay in every regard other than being a good beer. That's all you can fucking say about it. Millennium Buzz beer, it's 2.5 out of 5. I mean, I can't fail the fucking beer, but I can't put any I can't give it any fucking applause. It's just disappointing. There's no hemp character to it. Where's the hemp? They might as well called it fucking fucking burlap beer or some shit, right? Because, man, it's just so unimpressive. Just so totally unimpressive. They could have called that anything. They could have called it cool fucking amber ale. I mean, the color's perfect. They could have called it an amber ale. They could have called it cool amber. Well, I guess this is a lager, so they could have called it cool amber lager, cool amber. They could have called it Buzz Amber. They could have called it anything. But they're trying to fucking market this fucking pot bullshit, and it's just fucking bullshit. Find yourself a real fucking hemp beer. If I was a hipster douchebag, I would buy PBR. Hands down, I'd buy PBR before I ever bought this. Alright guys, we'll see you later.